Hello everyone, the one called Fate is a dead meme. We're back with another episode of Tabletop Recap. I'm your host, Hunt. We also have several wonderful hosts today. First up, the only guy who's ever worn our merch, Big Boy Chungus. Arr! Second up, everybody's least favorite character, Kami.
Hi, guys.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
And third, the one who needs to lose some weight.
We already did me.
Oh.
Karen, the manager slayer.
Hi.
Can we even say Karen anymore? Isn't that a
It's
slur?
a slur
now?
of sorts,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Not really, but
Easy, Karen.
okay.
But today we're finally doing it. We finally sat down and did it. We played, yeah.
We done did that?
Where am I?
What did we do, Hunt?
We played Call of Cthulhu from Chaosium.
That's why there's thunder and lightning and rain.
Yeah.
Perfect ambient noise.
It is rather appropriate that we played Call of Cthulhu the day that it decided to rain like crazy.
The old gods are wrathful of our heresy.
I suppose.
Yeah, but so we usually roll for initiative when we start these things off.
Should we do our usual D20s or should we stay with the theme and do percentiles?
No, we just need to
Let's
look at our
just do the
movements.
D20s.
4.
Nat 1.
That means we got to give out your address. You know the rules.
Hey, no, I got an 18 though.
Okay. I got 11. So you go first.
Well, in the grand tradition of these things, can I defer to our keeper?
Yeah, the keeper of arcane law! Which is, yeah, because when I told you guys that's what the GM was called in this game, most of the guys were like, whoa, that's cool. And then Karen was like, that's stupid. So, yeah. This is our first time playing Call of Cthulhu for any of us, so we might have done some stuff wrong. Feel free to let us know on Twitter and cancel us if we got a rule wrong. I don't know. But I wrote a little ditty. I have several pre-mades because Chaosium's basically giving them away. But I wrote one called Cult of the Exo. And the little critter I made for it's based off my two favorite Stan Winston monsters, the Xenomorph and Pumpkinhead.
He did Pumpkinhead too?
Huh?
The same guy who did Alien also did Pumpkinhead?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Pumpkinhead was originally a dark color like the Xenomorph, and they were like, this looks too much like our last creature, so they had to change it.
Oh, I see it now. The long arms,
Yeah,
the legs.
practical. He did like
Bulbous
Terminator
head.
and Predator and all that stuff.
Amazing practical effects. Anyways,
Yeah, so tell us about it, Keeper of the Arcane Lore.
First, tell me about your characters.
So my character is a poor fisherman by the name of Rossi Ehrmantraut. He was a Navyman, just a simple deckhand during the First World War. And when that war ended, he went back to work on his father's fishing boat, which he inherited, along with a large mafia debt.
Oh no.
so I was playing Michael O'Brien, the most Irish character I could ever come up with. He is a cop who, due to his large family and financial straits, has ended up in the pocket of a mafia boss.
Yeah, how many kids did he have?
8. And the wife.
He needs to calm down.
He's Irish and Catholic.
He drinks a lot of orange juice.
So he may or may not occasionally clean up after the mafia to get a little payoff so he can keep feeding his many mouths.
Yeah. And then my character is Lena Headey. Shout out GOT because she's wonderful and I love her. The actress, not the character. Let's clear that one up. But she is a mafia boss, and just all around swell gal. She's really sweet, really kind, considerate. Made charitable donations to theaters. It was wonderful.
And then also hassles a dude for money.
Yeah, that too. You know.
Yeah, so it starts off with Big Boy Chungus's character coming sort of into port from a day of fishing. Didn't really get much fishing done. Not a very good catch. To see a mobster and her goons waiting on him.
Oh, angel goons.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for the goons.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
You'll be remembered.
That's what these podcasts are for.
Yeah, my notes are useless because you guys totally derailed everything.
Yep.
But I got it back on track.
Are you saying you had trouble keeping track of everything?
Whoa!
I'm hilarious.
Everybody's dead to me.
So,
Continue
mob
with the
boss.
setup, yeah.
So she's hassling him for money, and suddenly this man in a green robe comes crashing through a crate on the dock. And that's when, of course, our cop character enters. All cop-like, doing his cop thing, being a cop.
Being a dirty cop, waiting for the inevitable hit and having to cover it up.
Yeah, so was your character there because you were on patrol doing a cop thing, or were you there as backup for the mob?
I was definitely there in case things got nasty and a body needed to be removed.
Yeah.
Or chalked up as a random murder. Nobody was here, just found the body. Don't look into this.
Yeah, but he handed you guys a dagger and told you not to let them have it. A very ugly dagger, orange handle, purple blade.
I think everyone in our party had that dagger at some point.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
passed it around like something. I don't know. I don't have a good analogy or metaphor here. We passed it around.
Syphilis.
Yeah, that. we're talking about mob bosses. It's perfect. It's like syphilis. Al Capone.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I come running on the scene, and I'm immediately like, what do I get to shoot? Which was the theme with my character.
Yeah, I feel like you did most of the damage.
Yeah.
Everything.
I was pretty aggressive, which
Yeah.
is stupid in Call of Cthulhu, but fits in well with my dirty cop who likes to brawl.
I heard somewhere that one of the problems with new players is they just want to run from everything, and this was designed to not have you run from everything.
I did my best to
supposed to
avoid
fight.
combat during the first half of this session. Like, I think there were 2 chances where combat could have ensued, and I hid both times.
You're the smart one here.
I'm also
Oh,
the
God.
least armed. She's got her... Karen has her goons. You have your revolver. I had a pocket knife for the better part of this game.
That's true.
Yeah, good times.
So
But,
we immediately start trying to investigate and try to figure out where this dead body came flying from with a giant hole punched through its chest.
Yeah, and when you search the body, you get a list of names and the dead man's name and address. And I gave you an address, and you were like, let's go to the theater, even though he just gave us an address.
Oh, really? I missed the address entirely.
You know what? Me and Big Boy Chungus wanted to meet the actress. That's what was on our minds.
Yeah, there were a few names. Someone figured out that they were all rich people, and then one of them was a famous stage actress. Triple threat, of
Yeah.
course.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I
the list
thought-
of names was Darius Jackson, Winston Limley, Agatha Mayhart, and then Vincent Lugosi was the dead man.
So, and the only one who knew anything about it was Karen's character, who
What?
knew they were wealthy, socialite kind of people.
Yeah, and then Big Boy Chungus knew about the whole actress thing, so
I'm a big fan of this lass.
that was the best part.
I love how you just played the Simpsons captain the whole time.
That's pretty much who he was. I mean, the way I can describe my character is he looks like the Simpsons captain, only much leaner and lankier. Almost like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo mixed with the jaundiced captain.
Yeah. So they go to the theater, and they try to figure out where the actress is, because they're obsessed with the actress and not the guy they have a address for.
No, the actress.
I didn't remember that. I didn't write down that we had an address for him.
Yeah, remember it was 130 Winston Avenue?
It was in his wallet.
Yeah.
You guys went there eventually, so you had to remember.
Well, we got it from a different source, the address.
You got
a
it
second time.
You got it from his ID, and then you got it again from the theater.
Right.
Because I was really trying to get you guys back on track. Because I didn't have anything written for the theater.
You improv the theater characters very well, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I couldn't tell that we derailed your whole thing.
Yeah, they talked to a stagehand and the director of Dracula, which she was supposed to be, and she was playing Lucy.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that address, not even gonna
It
lie.
was fun. I'm glad we went to the theater. It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was
Felt
fun.
a little investigating.
Yeah, you got to threaten a director.
Ooh, yeah, I did.
Lightning for effect.
Yeah.
Isn't it great that at the climax of our game, it started storming?
That was actually really appropriate and actually a little creepy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Love that.
Yeah, you got to whip out the goons and intimidate the crud out of somebody.
Yeah. I loved the goons. They were just so great. Oh.
Your goons, Abbott and Costello, who did whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I just snapped and they did it, and I was like, oh my gosh. But they were so sweet. I loved them.
They gave you too much firepower, though, which is why they had to go.
So you gave me the goons, and then you immediately regretted it.
So what happened next, everyone, after the theater?
So we got some info that Agatha Mayhart was regularly picked up by this group of people whose names were on the list. After rehearsals, that kind of thing. So they're all buddies, we assume, and we got the first address, that 130 Winston Avenue, where Vincent Lugosi, apparently that was his house.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there to check it out, and Darius Jackson, the first name on that list, answered the door.
In nothing but a robe.
Yeah, he'd been waiting all night. He'd been waiting all night. And you asked him about all this stuff, told him that his friend was dead, and he was going to tell you everything when I slammed my hands on the table and spooked you guys. Thank you for being spooked.
It was a good jump scare, not gonna lie. It worked.
And we get our first look at the Exomorph, which bursts through the window. It basically looks like a xenomorph without the big things on its back, and it has an octopus for a head, and it's a dark purple.
Boogity, instant insanity points.
Yeah, you had to roll a d10 for insanity on that thing.
Hui.
And it worked all its tentacles on its mouth into all his eyes and nose, mouth and ears and stuff, and
Yeah,
like
David
ripped
Jones,
his face
that
off.
sucker.
Yeah,
Hui.
really killed him right when he was about to tell you everything.
I like that, though, because it was like, oh, we gotta keep looking for clues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should have expected that because there's no way I was going to give you everything right at the beginning.
And I think that's where the trigger happiness started, where I immediately fired 3 rounds at this thing. First response always for my character was, shoot it, ask questions later.
My favorite part was after it left and Big Boy Chungus was like, I searched the body, what's in his pockets? And I was like, he's in a bathrobe, so you know what you
I
find.
didn't search him. That was him.
You searched the
No,
body.
it was you! Oh. Trying to pawn it off on other people.
I searched the room. I would have searched the body and inevitably found the same thing. So, thanks for biting that bullet for me.
There's a surprising amount of tentacles in here.
Oh, so we found another list of addresses. It was the Rolodex.
Yeah, you checked his Rolodex and you found Winston Limley's address. And if you guys can tell all the references in my names in this book, please be sure to let me know on Twitter at B3 Productions. Lots of references to classic horror in this.
I'm proud. I don't know any of the references, but I'm proud.
I'm in the same boat. I think
Limley's a hard
Karen
one.
and...
Oh, really?
Yeah, Limley, the founder of Universal Studios, his son actually produced Dracula, which started off the big horror boom.
Oh.
At the Christopher Lee Dracula?
No, way before that, 1941.
Okay. Gotcha.
Christopher Lee was a good Dracula, though.
Oh, man,
times.
that dude was a boss.
All right, let's rein it in. Then.
Yeah, sorry. So we got that Rolodex with Winston Lindley's address, and so we've got one dead body in our hands. We didn't find anything else, so immediately, of course, the obvious thing is, let's go see if we can ask Lindley. And we find him naked and afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Very literally.
Wrapped up in blankets. He was crazy, just talking about the hounds coming to get him. He thought you were sent to kill him.
And of course, he immediately gets hounded.
Yeah, you try to drag him out of there, and then the Exomorph comes for him. You hear it break into the house, and it comes through the rooms and gets him. But see, the thing about the Exomorph is, like Pumpkinhead, it doesn't attack anyone who's not its target unless they attack it or try to prevent it from getting that target. Mm-hmm. So, Costello would have been fine if he just didn't fire, but I made him fire because I wanted him dead. So,
I fired too, I just didn't hit it.
Yeah.
Second time around.
I cowered behind a couch.
Yeah.
Poor Costello.
That is the appropriate response to
Yeah.
Cthulian monsters.
Yeah, I had to give it 10. Our first Call of Cthulhu monster had to have tentacles. I was like, this has to have freaking tentacles.
Obligations.
Yeah.
Poor Costello. Moment of silence.
Can we get an F in chat?
Aww.
Press F to pay respects.
Got his.
And remember, no Russian.
But poor Costello got his chest cavity ripped open. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
And then the other guy bet it, and we were like, oh, no.
Lost Winston as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But later on searching, we found in his study after the monster killed Costello, and then just bounced. We found a letter inviting everybody to a party at 5280 Britannia Road, which is where Agatha Mayhart was.
Yeah, she had a very secret address because she's a big star. That's why it was so hard to find her address. You could only get it from his house. Like, you could get Limley's address from, if you would have looked through the Rolodex more, you could have probably maybe found some other stuff, but, like, you could have got Limley Limley's address from the director at the theater.
Okay.
But you couldn't get Agatha's anywhere but his house.
Okay.
Because she has a very secret address, and he kept that invitation from a month ago.
Well, it's a good thing then that was the first time I think any of us used luck points to make a roll happen, which is one of my favorite systems about Call of Cthulhu.
Because if you would have missed that, you would have been stuck. That's why I was pushing the luck. I was like, are you guys sure you don't want to roll that luck?
Well, my character had such little luck. Like, I was the one who had the closest succeed.
Yeah, because you were poor.
Yeah, but didn't have a whole lot.
Yeah, both of our luck, Karen and I's, was pretty ludicrous compared to yours.
Yes, says the Irish guy who had all the luck.
And I used all of the luck to make
Every
it.
bit, didn't you?
I have 11 points of luck left, and I started with like 73. No, I started with 80 points of luck, and I have 11.
Wow.
I
should
burned
have
it
used
all.
more. I had 62.
I used 69 points of luck.
Wow.
But yeah, you went to Agatha's house, and she was the only one that still had servants and stuff. Because everyone else had gotten rid of theirs because they were paranoid. Mm-hmm. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
They were murdered after all.
Mm-hmm.
And she just pretty much tells you everything. And
She was amazingly
Okay, I'm not gonna
unbothered by everything.
Yeah. Getting to meet her was kind of hysterical because of Big Boy Chungus' character. I loved that moment. That was like a magical moment.
like, sign my boot.
I loved that.
I love how you incorporated the fanboyness into your character. That was really awesome.
It was really fun.
No wonder he never had money to pay your character back. He was always at the theater.
He's a cultured seaman.
Opens the door. May I introduce Miss, what was her name again?
I could just imagine him at the theater. Everyone's in suits and nice dresses, and he's sitting there in his fishing gear.
His wellies and waterproof jacket.
Agatha.
He's got floaties on.
Still stinks of fish.
I don't know why Spider-Man did what he did, Shelley. South Park reference.
That was great though, because when you came in,
I was like, oh!
I got the Mayhart.
I loved it. It was so fun.
Yeah, but she pretty much told you everything about. She told you about the cult of the Exo. They worship the Void Fiends, who are creatures that live in the void, and they gave them this hound called the Exomorph, and it's controlled by the dagger. Whoever uses the dagger to sacrifice the target that the Exomorph itself chooses, whoever uses that specific dagger to sacrifice them to the Exomorph has control of the Exomorph until it brings them another sacrifice to kind of renew that blood contract. Mm-hmm. And that turned out to be the dagger you have. Mm-hmm. So
who was holding it at the time? I can't remember.
I was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because you took it because you thought you could kill the creature with it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was
You
like,
thought that was its weakness, but in actuality, it was its strength. Yeah, you did
try
ask
something.
me. You were like, "Is this purple the same as the one on the blade? The creature on the blade the same?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's not going to work." Like the dagger can't even connect with the monster. Like it's repelled, like by magnetic force or something.
Which we found out mere moments later.
Yeah, because it came crashing through her roof, but it didn't go after her.
Straight after, she did mention that the leader of the Order of the Exo was sweet on her.
Yeah.
So she felt perfectly safe.
Yeah, so she wasn't a target at all, and she was completely right. She was not being targeted.
she's like a frickin' nymph using charisma as an armor class.
Hey.
References.
References.
Yeah, the Exomorph came after us.
And we immediately tried to haul butt.
And it didn't work.
You guys attacked it. The attacks did basically nothing, and then you just bounce. There was a chase scene. The Exomorph is fast because it's a 4-legged creature.
Mm-hmm.
And
I gave it a rather appropriate nickname. The Dogtopus.
I like that a lot.
from Roger Corman, coming to Sci-Fi Channel soon.
The Dogtopus.
Produced by the Asylum.
I use that in game. Like back to the police station, I'm like, beware the Dogtopus.
What was this thing's move rate?
Did
Did you have that calculator just high?
I have it somewhere. It's like 9.
No.
We were all really fast, actually.
Yeah, but it was faster than all of you. And
I have a 9.
and Karen stumbled twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I stayed back to try and look after her.
So that's how it caught you. Oh, that's right. That's why you were slow, because you kept pace with her.
Yeah. Because that's my...
Paycheck.
I'm getting bankrolled here.
My character always had it in the back of his mind that maybe if she dies, my debt dies with her. But I didn't want to risk that
Not
because... Wishful thinking, but...
You'd probably be worse off if she died, because then her niece would take over, and she's bloodthirsty.
That's the reason I didn't just up and leave.
I love the niece. Oh, she's so great.
It would have been way worse if she had died and we were standing over the body or anything like that. Like, they'd have come after us.
Oh, I'd have been on my boat.
Bye, guys.
I'd be like trying to sail to Europe at that point.
You'd be like, I'm out of here.
Here I come, Caribbean.
Yeah, and frickin' yeah, it takes Karen's character away. And then two cultists show up and crash the car. I would have let you run a mechanical repair check on that car to use it again, but
I don't think either of us had mechanic.
Actually, I do.
Oh, of course,
'cause
because
you
your
got a
boat.
I do have mechanical repair. I just didn't think to use it.
Well, we did handle the 2 cultists that hopped out relatively well.
Yeah, you knocked them both out. And on my...
I couldn't make an attack roll to save my life.
Then you did this whole big scene about going back to the police station and interrogating them. And in my notes it says they can either interrogate the... they could either keep the cultists alive and interrogate them, or they can just turn back around and go into the house and ask Agatha. And
I was wondering what happened to her after all that. She just went back to her normal life.
Yeah. Like, you could have just asked her where the base was. You didn't have to intimidate her or anything.
But
I knew you guys wouldn't think of it as soon as the cultists came in.
But it's more fun to intimidate.
So I thought about Agatha, and she was so free with info. We would have gone back to her if need be, but we were also just immediately attacked the moment we started having a conversation with her, which I was like, I want to go where there are people with guns.
I want to go where the people are with guns.
Want to see them loaded.
Yeah, I didn't trust her after. She's like, oh yeah, it's fine. I know all about this cult. And it's like, I don't trust you. I don't like you. I'm going to kill you one day.
Yeah, I wanted to go where there were guns, and she was the backup plan. Because, the thing didn't seem to like getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a lot of HP.
As we found out. So, at this point, because of our fight with the cultists...
Yeah, you got hurt a little bit, and
I got hurt good.
Your character and my character started having a friendship develop because I was like, oh no, officer, let me heal you a little bit there.
Yeah, you first aided me to keep me stable, and we fought well together, so at this point I was like...
My goon into the woods after me, and he died.
Okay, I didn't kill him.
I know.
Look to the keeper.
I know.
He got his trachea eaten like spaghetti.
Yeah, your remaining goon followed him into the woods to get you back, and he got a successful shot off on it, which means it was trying to stop him from taking you, which means it was a death sentence for him.
He rolled too well to live. He literally rolled too well to live. The goons were rolling 3s and 4s.
Oh, they were rolling like gods.
They
could have done this by themselves.
They should have done this by themselves.
Yeah, they should have.
For real, if they weren't so dumb.
Even then, they still rolled 3s and 2s on their any kind of intelligence check. It didn't matter how stupid they were; they rolled too good.
They were
Yeah.
just.
So,
But then you were taken to a mysterious room. You didn't. You got knocked out on the way and didn't see where you were. But you were in like this little metal room, and you could hear him outside being like, "Oh, she's the next sacrifice. It chose her. It won't kill for us again until we kill her with the dagger, which we don't have." And you actually had the dagger when you were getting abducted.
And then I threw it because I was like...
luckily your husband was like, "Throw me that dagger."
I thought it was a good call.
That was a good call.
Like,
Good.
when you first asked for the dagger and it was handed to you, I was like...
You did make a face!
Because I knew you were going to get abducted. And I was like, if she gets abducted, she has that dagger on her person. She's just going to die.
Did
okay.
you abduct her because she's a woman?
I abducted her because when I was writing this quest, I rolled to see which one of you would get abducted.
Okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
You're just a damsel in distress.
Clearly not.
Yeah, you're the most violent of all of us. And I shoot everything that moves.
Yeah, I just had my goons do that for the longest time.
Yeah, so you heard that from your room. And then the cop here was trying to get his cop resources, like send a bunch of men in to this cult hideout, and the police chief wouldn't have any of it. And you see, one of the reasons I threw those 2 cultists in there was so the remaining 2 people could have costumes to go undercover.
Which we were about to do.
Which you were about to do. And then you decided, nah, let's just go tell the mafia they have their boss and they'll shoot the place up for us.
Which...
Worked out beautifully.
And I was like, crap, I didn't think of that. I would not have had her be the one kidnapped if I would have thought of that. I was like, that's a great idea.
See, the problem with any of it was I was a cop, so maybe police, mafia boss, so the mafia, and then I don't know if we'd have gone after him.
Yeah, no. Wait a minute. Well, this is my fate now.
Aww.
I don't know if we'd have gone after him. Yeah, well, he's just a fisherman. He owed some money. We're taking his boat.
I suppose I'm to be married to the dogtopus now.
Oh, God. Nope. Try not to imagine that.
So anyways, moving on.
So we went back to the police headquarters and interrogated the guys for info.
Which you did extremely well at.
Yeah, I should not have succeeded on that intimidation check. I had like
You rolled a 10.
out of 15. 'Cause
It was beautiful.
For anybody who doesn't know the system, by the way, our skills are out of 100, and you have to roll a D100 and a D10 and go lower than that skill score. So when we're talking about rolling 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, those are amazing rolls. Whereas in D&D, those would be awful rolls.
Yeah, so if you have like a 50 in a skill, you have to get below a 50%, and the closer you get to 0, the better you do.
Oh, I love it.
And above is just a fail, and a 100, I assume, is like a you failed so bad, the thing exploded in your face.
yeah, if you had rolled a 100 while you were shooting locks off of doors, you would have hurt yourself or me.
Probably me. I have a history of handguns exploding in my hand
Yeah.
in D&D.
Luckily, you got rid of the void dagger. But so these 2 sent in your goons to attack cultists, and the whole thing was gathered there. Like, remember when the guy said he usually saw about 10 there at a time, the cultists you were interrogating? That was on just a normal day. That wasn't on, like, the Wednesday night where they have the rituals, which is when you went. So everybody was there.
Right.
So
we actually did uproot this entire cult.
yeah, you 2 couldn't have just run in there as yourselves. You would either have to do this, guys, or what you did.
Which is hire an army, basically.
Well, I actually asked a question to see if this was like a waterfront factory because I really wanted to use my bow as a projectile at some point.
Yeah,
That'd have been awesome, though.
then you really would have been broke. That's where you live.
Yeah,
You'd been
But maybe
homeless.
my debt would have been forgiven had I saved my
the mob boss.
the mob boss.
Yeah.
So, after we did the whole police thing, and the chief was super reluctant to help us at all, which
I was
assume-
seeing red flags from the
Yeah.
get-go. There's no way this guy has an opportunity to bust up a gang and a cult, and he's not taking it without being suspicious for some reason.
Hey, you guys were trying way too hard to convince him, and I was like, they're going to figure it out, because I can't say yes.
Which, I thought was the appropriate response for a police officer who has lost half of his available insanity points and watched people get murdered left, right, and center. Just following.
It was really
you got
funny.
some insanity quirks, like you did this thing where when you get nervous, you have, like, scratch your skin away.
And I got a phobia of octopus.
Yeah, phobia of cephalopods. or
Yeah,
whatever.
I actually wrote, let me see, what was that even called? It's some weird name. Chopodiphobia.
So, as we leave the police station, I'm like, oh crap, I stuck my foot in my mouth. We better get out of here.
Yeah, and then because the gangsters went in guns blazing, and you went behind them and snuck off into a different direction.
To find her.
You did find her very quickly. Set her free, and then the cult leader showed up.
With a Tommy gun!
And of course, the cult leader was...
the police chief. Yeah.
But you said you improv that, though.
Yeah,
that
I didn't even have a police chief character.
That's fair.
Because you guys went to the station.
When we were putting together my character, though, one of the significant people was the police chief.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I can work with that. I can make this a little more interesting.
It was.
So I made the police chief the cult leader, and he was kind of magically enhanced. He was given, damage resistance by the void fiends. So it's not that his HP was high, it's that he didn't take a lot of the damage that you rolled.
Ah.
He had, a lot of temporary hit points.
Yeah, basically.
Damage mitigation.
Yeah, he just... But when you beat him, a bunch of purple energy shot at him, and he shriveled up into a little black mummy.
I tell you what, that combat was very exciting, and I was sure I was going to die.
That combat was also meant to give you the Tommy gun so you could fight the monster later.
Thank the Lord. Well, I thank the keeper that happened. Because we
needed it.
We plugged the police chief almost immediately. I don't think either of us took any damage. Did
we hit every single one of our revolver shots, which we get 3 per turn, basically, as long as we have the ammunition for it.
Mm-hmm.
We landed all of our shots, did max damage for each roll.
And then he rolled to shoot me with the Tommy gun when I ran at him. And he rolled a 91 or something on the Tommy shots.
Yeah.
So he just missed me. And then I brawled him, and everybody took a turn stabbing him and punching him, and he was dead.
I'm gonna cut you like a fish.
But before that fight started, you heard, the people encounter the Exomorph, and it started doing. And then by the time that
was
fight...
it before or after?
It was right before that fight. You heard someone shout, "What is that?" and the Exomorph screech and everything. And then after that fight, it was silent. No one was shooting or anything.
All my goons died.
You're being too subtle. What happened to those goons?
Yeah. So
I'd like to run in the opposite directions of the scream of pain and agony.
the Exomorph did not get its sacrifice, and it went berserk and killed all the cultists and all of the mobsters in the temple under the cigarette factory, which is where their hideout was.
I will say the other maybe stupid thing I did was that while we were talking to the mob boss and collecting our goon squad, I took the dagger and I got them to point me in the direction of one of their concrete guys, and I just put the dagger in a block of concrete so that nobody could use it.
I loved that.
I thought it was a good idea.
Destroying it would have worked too.
Yeah. All the hints that you had given, I had no idea if it was going to destroy it or if we were maybe going to need that knife to keep it in line. If, just not sacrificing things was going to make it go city killing.
Could have always just killed Karen's character and got the monster on your side.
Yeah, you could have did that.
That was the first thing I had on my list of how to win. You would have lost a lot of sanity.
That would have erased my debt.
You would have lost a lot of sanity if you did that.
I would have lost a lot of income if I did that.
Yeah.
But I would have gained a dogtopus.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should have did that. Why didn't your character
Because I didn't think about it. I was trying to be good guy Greg.
I didn't think about it, okay.
My guy's supposed to be jovial, happy, and go lucky, even though he's in debt to the mob.
I mean, he's doing his best he can.
He was hoping for the best of the kindness of other humans.
Yeah, then you guys were trying to slip out. But nobody tried to be stealthy, so that thing just flopped right in front of you. It was hanging on the ceiling, and it dropped down in front of you. And you had to fight the Exomorph.
Oh.
Yeah, that thing has some crazy stats.
What was the HP total on that thing?
100.
Okay.
Which is why I gave you the Tommy gun.
Because that almost... I think I hit for 63 in the first turn with the Tommy.
You did 2/3 of its damage in the first turn, and then you and I, we finished off our pistol ammunition, which did about another...
You did 7 right off the bat, and then the next round we both did almost 20. We
got it down. We did 90% of its health by the end of round 2.
97% to be precise.
Yeah, because this thing had some serious points. It had con 150, power 120,
Jeez.
damage bonus 1d6. Fighting 90%, 1d6 plus damage bonus. Tail attack 90%, 3d6 plus damage bonus.
Jeez.
I'm starting to have
So that's
flashbacks.
4d6. And I accidentally calculated an attack wrong one time. So
Which is why I survived.
yeah, and I was like, I'm not going to throw that extra damage at you because that was my mistake.
You're a merciful keeper.
And it's 1d10 sanity loss for the creature too.
Mm-hmm.
It was I kind of took the stats from the hounds and then just made them a little different. There's a hound in the book, a hound creature, and I was like, that's just because it's fast, so I pick it.
I was kind of having some Dead by Daylight flashbacks, or what's that horror movie / game?
I don't know.
There's a lot of them, actually.
Dead Until Dawn or something like that. It's got creatures that are four-legged creatures that are similar to that hunger for human flesh.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I think we need to talk about the real tragedy of that fight.
Third turn of that fight. We did 97% of this thing's health in 2 turns, but the third turn happened.
Yeah, and somebody did die.
Yeah. Mr. Rossi Ermintrout is now sleeping with the fishes.
Oh.
Which, we were so close to making it out, all 3 of us.
And with my
You were 3 hit points away. That thing had 3 hit points.
I couldn't even...
I had 1 left after that attack.
And basically this thing rips my guts open and proceeds to dribble onto the floor, and with my dying death rattle I say, my debt is paid.
To which Karen immediately responded with...
No, it ain't.
Yeah,
You don't owe me a debt. You don't owe
you
me
took
a
his
debt.
boat after he died. So.
Yeah, I took the boat.
I'm dead at that point. What do I care? I have no
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine.
My line has ended.
Thank you, Denethor. I caught that. And at this point, I had 1 health. No, you stabilized me, so I had 2.
Yeah.
Karen stabilized me. And I was like
first aid check.
debating every other option. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to kill this thing. I should run. But no, I'm more...
But it was in the way of the exit.
So I was just like, I was out of bullets in the Tommy gun and the revolver, so I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to pistol whip this thing. I grab my revolver by the barrel and I smash its eye in I try and smash it in the eye with the butt of the revolver.
Yeah, he caved its skull in, and then like the black viscous fluid that was inside it came out of its head as it screeched, encircled it in a big black viscous orb, and then the orb shrunk into nothingness and the creature disappeared.
Popped him like a zit.
Oh. I was sure we were all dead.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to have that revolver gold-plated. My character is absolutely going to frame that and put it over his mantle, if he has one.
Yeah.
I had written us off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Oh no, my next quest is much more dangerous.
Ooh.
As long as it doesn't have any more dogtopus.
Pistol whip for the win! I don't know how that happened. It made me so happy.
Yeah, of all the attacks you did on it, that's the one that beat it.
Of course. Not the machine gun fire, not the revolvers at point blank or the knives.
No.
The pistol whip.
Yeah, I mean, this was great. I really had fun. This was worth all the money I paid for it.
Absolutely. Thank you for paying all the money for it.
Yeah, I paid every cent because I'm a good boy.
It was a good time.
I liked it. High stress, high stakes. It was good.
What was everybody's favorite part of the quest?
Big Boy Chungus coming in and being like, Agatha, you're my favorite actress ever, and you're flawless.
Sign my boots!
I'm like, boots. And I was like, I love this. I love this.
I'm gonna say like slightly off topic of that question. I was just proud that Big Boy Chungus and I stayed in accent the entire game.
Yeah, my throat's
that's
a little
impressive.
rough at the moment, but I wasn't trying to sound like a pirate. I was trying to sound like someone who's had years of sea salt getting into their trachea.
But it was, it really lended to the character. And Karen here naturally has an accent, so she didn't have to change her voice.
Yeah.
Yankee trash.
Yeah.
Accurate. But that was a lot of fun. But I think my favorite part, I enjoyed the interrogation thing. I thought that was a lot of fun.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I feel like it was a good time role-playing with Chungus and me, and you role-playing the Michael character that we were interrogating.
You guys played well off of each other, too. It was like, oh yeah, this is a tag team now.
It was a lot of fun. That was my favorite part, just for a role-play, and then a bunch of successful roles as well. It feels good to succeed, and we succeeded a lot on that one.
Yeah, I think my part, I've said this multiple times, is just... I feel like my role-playing skills have improved since you guys got me into these games almost a year ago. My 2 favorite parts are pretty much the interrogations and the fanboy moment, but if I have to be narcissistic just a little bit, I'm proud of myself for coming up with the name Dogtopus. This thing had a clear name, It was already associated with a known group, but screw it. That thing is now Dogtopus to me.
I really actually enjoyed the Dogtopus name, and I was thinking of it as that the whole time.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was the entrance of the Exomorph where I slammed my hands on the table and spooked you.
You did.
And I really liked that kill where he like ripped the dude's face off and broke all his facial bones and stuff.
You know, the consistent theme with this one was I think there was a lot of good roleplay between our various characters. Karen and my characters knowing each other beforehand and kind of having their own dynamic, and
Yeah, that was very, very cool.
yeah. I tell you what, Call of Cthulhu definitely encourages a lot of really fun, cool roleplay that maybe is not always present in some D&D encounters and storytelling, just because D&D players kind of want to kill everything and steal their stuff.
Yeah, most D&D people I've played with have been combat-heavy people. But I'm a big roleplay guy, which is one reason I got this game. Also, I'm a big monster guy and etc. So it seems perfect for me, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
I'm looking forward to more sessions.
I do too. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to comment about? Tell me how bad of a keeper I was.
You were not a bad keeper at all.
Tell me how I messed up.
We kept
You
you on
only
your toes
messed.
a lot.
There was only one time that I could have told or noticed that you actively messed up, and I wouldn't have known you'd messed up if you didn't tell us. It was that one time where you were calculating damage to us from the monster.
Yeah, but I had to justify it because I was going to attack with the tail again because that's his main weapon.
But like I said, I never would have known that was a mistake had you not said something. So
Yeah.
kudos to you, my friend.
And kudos for improving like things like the police chief and all the characters on the fly.
Oh, I remember what my favorite thing was. It was when you were... I totally didn't realize you were improving the theater director.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
awesome.
That was great.
The sassy director.
Who just about got his kneecaps broken.
Wouldn't just say Dracula. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula. Never just Dracula.
That guy.
Good old dude.
What was it? Theodore Maxwell.
Oh my god.
I wrote down everything that I could.
I'm so proud.
Well, it is a bit of a mystery game, so that's smart. Writing it all down.
Yeah, I'm
But,
looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too. So just let me know when you want to do that. You guys probably want to do a D&D section next. Split them up, you know?
Just have some variety.
We'll see what happens.
Whatever happens, happens, yo.
I guess it's whatever we feel like. So that's it. Thank you all very much for the support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description, including merch on eBay. And check us out on Twitter at B3 Productions and on Facebook at B3 Podcasts. That's it. Thank you all once again, and we'll see you next time when fate knocks at your door. Bye, everyone.